Alright Hannah, so this is going to be your how-to video. I'm going to go through the progression of each thing that I've written down for you. So kind of just watch this, kind of take note, go through it slowly so that way you know how to do everything properly, and then start putting all the pieces together. So what I've done is I've broken down into a dynamic warm-up. You'll see it in pink, okay, and then it's going to be followed by your main workout, which is going to involve your dumbbells that you have, okay, so make sure you have your dumbbells, your dynamic warm-up in pink, you make sure you have your jump rope, and then the red at the very end is going to be your core burnout, okay, so just make sure that you hit up every single one, and I'll go through the instructions with you too on this one, okay. So the first one you got, okay, the first one you have are called clamshells, okay, so your clamshells, you're going to lay down, and I want you to go on your side, just start on one side, okay. I want you to put your knees together and your ankles together, and I want your arms out straight in front of you like this, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to rotate as far over as you can without your knees coming apart or your shoulder coming off the ground, okay? So you're going to go through your rotations as far over as you can. So every time you go open up, try to get a little further. So you want to feel a nice stretch right here in your lower back and in the middle of your back, okay? So you're going to do that how many times it says on each side. Okay, so those are your clamshells. Okay, the next one you're going to have are called laying leg swings. So you're going to lay down on your back. You're going to be in a big T formation. And what I want you to do is you're going to start with whatever leg you want to. You're going to start wide. Try to keep your toe up and just swing over. Okay, same thing. Don't let your shoulder come off the ground. So just swing as far over as you can. Swing it back. And then swing it over, okay? Just take your time with it. Try to keep your leg as straight as possible. And don't let your feet touch the ground, okay? So you're just going to swing your legs back and forth, and then you're going to switch, swinging back and forth, okay? Again, keeping your shoulders on the ground. Don't let them come up. All right? All right, so next you have your Spider-Man lunges. So you're going to be in a standing position, okay? Kind of feet together. And what I want you to do is, I want you to go down in a push-up position, okay? Hands just shoulder width apart, so not too wide, just right here. And I want you to step to your hand and rotate to the side that your leg's in front, and then switch it. So come over here, rotate, and then come back, okay? Those are going to be your Spider-Man lunges, all right? So just try to rotate as much as you can, and then go back to the center, all right? Okay, next one is pretty easy. It's called a lateral lunge. So you're just going to stand like this. You're going to step out, you're going to push your hips back, okay, so your knee's not going forward like this, you're pushing your butt backwards, and then you're going to push back to the center, okay? What's wrong?
Rotate so that she can see from the side view.
Okay, so it's going to look like this. You're going to step to the side, push your butt back, as low as you can, try to get your leg as parallel, don't let your chest fall, and then push back to the center, and just alternate, okay? Don't let your foot slide back, so don't go like this. Slide your foot back. Try to get a nice strong push back to the middle, okay? Alright, next one is straight leg kicks. This is going to help stretch out your hamstring. You can have your hands up if you want to, or you can have them at your side. So I like to do alternating leg, alternating hands. So you're just going to kick up. You can do this in a walking progression if you want to, or you can just do it stationary. Okay, but the focus is try to keep your legs straight, so don't let your knee bend, keep it straight, and kick up. Try to get a nice stretch in your hamstring. Don't kick too hard until you're properly warmed up, and you might hurt something, okay? Okay, standing trees. It's a little bit of a balance work, okay? You're going to stay in a standing position, you're going to grab and pull up, okay? So you can grab underneath, don't grab on your ankle, just grab above it, and then pull up, okay? Or if you want to do a variation to get your glute stretched out, grab above the ankle and grab above the knee and pull to your opposite shoulder, okay? And try to get a nice stretch in your glute, all right? So use your standing trees. Okay, reaching quad. You're going to use one hand. You're going to reach back, stretch the other hand up. Okay, don't let your hips back. Okay, pull your hips forward. Okay, so don't let your hips stay back. Keep your hips forward. Stay as tall as you can. Pull that quad. Get a nice stretch in your quad. And then just switch. Okay, so again, you're grabbing on the top of your foot and then just switching. So again, some balance work there. And that's going to be your reaching quad. All right? Okay, next one are inchworms. Everybody hates these. Okay, you're going to starting position. You're going to walk your hands out. You're going to push up position. Keeping your legs straight, You're going to walk your hands back as far as you can. Don't let your knees bend. Get a nice stretch in your hamstrings, and then walk them back out. So walk them back up, walk them back out. Okay, those are your inchworms. Body squats, very easy, just using your body weight. Okay, get your stance wider than your hips, and you're just going to sit down like in a chair. Okay, so again with the squat, you don't want your knees going forward like this. Pretend there's a chair behind you, and you're just going to sit back in that chair and then come up. Just sit back in that chair and then come up, okay? Lastly, for your warm-up, it's called single leg RDL. Don't worry about what RDL stands for, okay? It's another balance work for your hamstring. So what I want you to do is, I want you to stand on one foot, keep your knee slightly bent, okay? Don't have it locked, just slightly bent. Now I want you to reach out and then come back up, okay? You want to kick your leg back and then come back up. So it should look like this. Reach your hands out and then come back up. Okay, you should feel a nice tension right here in your hamstring. Okay, don't let your body sag. Just come straight out and straight back up. The key is to try to get nice and flat like a table. Okay, so just work on it. Alright, the first thing you're going to do for your workout is called a walking squat. You can do this without your dumbbells or with your dumbbells. I go ahead and use your dumbbells so you can get used to working with them. Okay, so walking squat is, you'll say you have your dumbbells in your hands. Okay, you can either keep them on your shoulders if it's just too much for you to handle, or you can keep them down here. Okay, so what you're going to do is, let's say you're up here on your shoulders, I want you to walk out, squat, and then come back up. Walk out, come back up, and then go the other way. Okay, so again, we're pushing our hips back. Okay, so from the side it looks like this, and then back. Okay, if you want to make it harder and use your core more, you can hold one dumbbell or two kind of close to your chest. Here and here. Okay, if you start to feel any issues with your back or you feel like it's too tense, don't use the weight or just use one dumbbell. So you're here and then here. Okay, that's your walking squats. What I've done for you is I've mixed in different muscle groups and then put them all together into a big movement. So that's your first movement. Your second movement is just a standing shoulder press. So you're going to take your dumbbells, you start here, and you're going to press up to the sky and then come back down. Okay, just stopping at your ears. When you press up, don't go too far forward in front of your head. Keep your arms by your ears. Okay, so that's just a shoulder press. All right. Now you're gonna put all these together for your third station. So you're gonna have a walking squat with a shoulder press. Okay, so for this one, keep your dumbbells up here. Okay, you're gonna step, squat, and then come up. What I'd like for you to do is actually transition into the press. So what I mean by that is, instead of going here and then here, I want you to squat and then press as you come up. So I want you to try that too, okay? All right, next is going to be the three-way lunge. Again, I want you to try it with the weights. Three-way lunge is you're here. You're going to do it in 3 different movements, okay? So I want you to go lateral. So say if you have your dumbbells between your leg, back to the middle. Then you're going to go 45 degrees. You're going to go 45 degrees, back to the middle. Then you're going to go front. You're going to go front, back to the middle, switch. Lateral, 45 degrees, and then to the front. When you do your lunges, let's say the 45 with the side, don't let your toe go out. Keep your toe facing the front direction, facing the way you look. Okay, so you're here, lunge, and then back. Okay? Try to get a strong push back to the middle. Another thing too, you're going to lunge into the forward. You're going to lunge, let that knee go down almost to 90 degrees. Okay? And then come back up. Alright? So that's going to be that. So again here, and then back up. Alright? So that's going to be your three-way lunge. Okay, we're going to move that to bicep curl. Bicep curl is really easy. You're just staying right there and you're curling. You're going to do both arms at the same time. Just curling. Okay, if it's too tiring, just go alternating. Okay? So whatever number I give you, if it's 10, that's 10 each arm. Or 10 double arms. The last thing you're going to do is a lunge with the curl. Okay? So what I want you to do is take your time with this. You're going to go here and then curl. Reset. Here, and then reset. Okay, so you're going to do a lunge and then a curl. lunge, and then a curl, okay? Last one you're gonna do is a little trickier. Okay, it's called an RDL. We did this with the warm-up, okay? It means Romanian deadlift, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your dumbbells, you're gonna stand hip width apart, toes pointed forward, okay? Big chest, don't let your shoulders round forward, okay? You don't want to round it back, you want a big chest. Keep the weights by your leg. Keep your knees slightly bent, okay? Not like this, just slightly bent. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna push your hips back. So if there's a wall behind you, push your hips back, push your hips back, push your hips back. You should feel a nice stretch in your hamstring. Try to get to the knees, and then you're gonna come up. When you come up, you wanna squeeze your cheeks at the top. So you're gonna push your hips back, and then come up, okay? So that's gonna work your hamstrings and your glute. When you go down, don't be like this, don't round your back, okay? Big chest, flatten out your back, and then come up. That's gonna be your RDL, all right? Next, we're gonna do your single arm row. That's gonna work your back muscles and your arms. What I want you to do is you can either grab a chair or use your body if you wanna do it harder. You're gonna brace up, okay? So let's say if you're using just your body. You go into a wide stance, okay? Put your free hand here, and then your dumbbell right here, kind of have your chest almost at like 45 degrees, okay? Not down here, not standing up tall, just right in the middle. And you're gonna row, okay? Pretend like you're starting a lawnmower, you're just gonna row, okay? So you wanna have that barbell not too high by your chest, but around your belly button, okay? So here, sorry, that's my bad angle. You're gonna row, and then reset. And then switch to the other arm. So you're gonna do how many I said per arm, and then switch. Again, putting your weight into your leg, here. Okay? If that's too hard for your balance, lean up against something, same station, or same position, okay? Just like this, and you're just gonna row. Okay? Don't jerk. Okay, don't use your core to jerk it back. Stay nice and straight, and then just row. Alright? So that's gonna be your single arm row. Now I want you to put it all together. So you can try one dumbbell at a time or two. Let's go say two. So you have two dumbbells. Okay, I want you to go into your here, row, and then come up. So RDL, row, and then come up. Okay, that's going to be your combo right there. All right? Now I threw in something a little fun that might be hard for you. We're going to work the chest and the tricep muscles and get your cardio and your heart rate up. A push and burp. So it's a burpee with a push-up. Okay, so what you're going to do is just try in the push-up position. Okay, if the push-ups are too hard, just work on it. So I want you to go push-up, jump, up, and then reset. If you want to jump back, you can, or you can just step back. Okay, so push-up, jump to your hands. So that's going to be your push-up, okay? Push-up burpee. That's the last one for your primary workout. Now we're going to get into your core, okay? Okay, the core, the first one you have is 3-weight plank. You can start this any way you want to. It's 3 different planks, the side planks and the forward plank. I have it down for 15 seconds each. So what you're going to want to do, let's say you start with the side plank. Okay, so you're here, your hips are up, they're not sagging down. Hips are up. If this is too hard, bring your top leg here so that way you can support yourself. Okay, your shoulder is back, hand on your hip. You want your elbow lined up with your shoulder. Okay, you don't want it too far out. You're going to put strain on your shoulders. So you're just right here. You should feel a nice little tightness right here. Okay, so you're going to hold that for 15 seconds. Then go into a plank position. Okay, your hips aren't too low. You're not too high. Right in the middle. Okay, so imagine you want to take your hips and pull them into, like do a crunch. Pull your belly in. Okay, so don't have your back rounded. Pull in like you're doing a crunch and hold. And then what I want you to do is switch to the other one. So you'll do side plank, plank, side plank. 15 seconds each, okay? All right, this one's called seated heel taps. This is something Michelle and I do with T25. Okay, you're gonna start like this, in a seated position, knees bent. Okay, you're on your heels. Fingers right here by your hips. If it's too hard, move your hands back for more support. If you want it harder, move them forward. Okay, so we're going to start here. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're just going to tap. You're going to bring them up, tap, bring them out, tap. And you want to stay in a nice V. You want to feel that tension right here in your abs, okay? So you just want to tap, tap, tap. Okay, so try not to lean back too much into it. And those are going to be your heel taps. So take your time, don't do it too fast. Okay, this one's pretty easy. It's 6-inch, 12-inch. What I want you to do is I want you to lean back on your elbows, feet together, and I want you to go 6 inches, 12 inches, 6 inches, 12 inches, okay? If you feel like you need more support, just lay on the ground. Don't let the small of your back arch. So if I could slide my hand underneath the low of your back, what you want to do is you want to try and flatten your back out into the ground. Don't let it arch off the ground, okay? So 6 inches, 12 inches, okay? Just take your time with it. All right, next one is called single leg V-ups. I'm trying to get all your core muscles for you. You're gonna start with your hands behind your back, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna kick up and touch. So you're gonna crunch, get your shoulder blades off the ground, come back up. Try to keep your leg as straight as possible, okay? You're just gonna go one at a time. So those are gonna be your single leg V-ups. Okay, the last one is called mini climbers. So you're gonna get back into a push-up position. Okay, hands shoulder width apart, so you're not too wide, just right here. And what I want you to do is I want you to bring your feet in and then bring your feet out. Okay, don't let your hips sag. Okay, so just here and then here. Okay, and I think I have this down for time, so you're just gonna do it for time. That's it. So that's gonna be your workout. So let me know if you have any questions and just work at it. And one thing that I didn't put in, for your dynamic warm-up, the one that's in pink, every time you do a station or a number, after that you're going to do 20 jump rope jumps. Okay, so that's why I said get you a jump rope, try to find some space. So, first one, you do your warm-up, and then you go 20, and then rest, then do the next one. Okay, so don't try to rest too long, try to keep your heart rate up, so that way you can keep burning calories, okay? So try to work in that jump rope, and just practice with it. Now I put down that you have 3 sets to do. So you're going to do your main stuff in blue and in red 3 times through, okay? What you could do is you could do the blue all first, then do the red, and then go back and do the blue for another time, so do that 3 times. Or you can do all the blue 3 times in a row and all the red 3 times in a row. But you want to get in 3 sets, okay? And that should give you, 45 minutes of a workout. So just try not to rest too much and try to keep your heart rate up. And that's it. So I hope you like it. Thanks. Stop it. Thanks for helping.
Almost 20 minutes.
My goodness.
Yeah, you didn't realize you talked that long.
Well, it's a lot to talk about.
It is.